Beloved in Christ, I welcome you to the liturgy for the 26th Sunday in Ordinary Time ESC. This morning, I am reflecting with you on the theme, How to Mix Heaven. For the readings today invite us to reflect on the day of judgment by exposing us to how the unjust will end up, as well as how God will reward the poor. This is a warning to those who derive their joy and comfort from the miseries of the poor and the weak. Beloved, we are challenged to change our way of seeing things with specific reference to our understanding of riches. Today we are told that the word rich is not about a person's economic situations, but rather something a person relies upon. For example, what do you trust in? Or upon what or whom do we place our faith? God or something else? We are not to measure our riches by our economic situations or conditions, but by our relationship with God. In spite of this warning, there are still people who see material wealth as a sign of God's favor. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 3 to 4, and are thus blinded to the happenings around them. And this was the situation of the rich man in today's gospel. On the other hand, there are some people who sees material poverty as a curse from the Lord, and who see the dogs licking Lazarus' wounds as a punishment from the Lord. Compare 1 Kings chapter 21, verse 19. Forgetting the promise of Jesus, forgetting the promise of comfort from Jesus to those who mourn for him on this earth. Compare Matthew chapter 5, verse 4. Beloved, if we don't put our trust in God, then no amount of wealth can save us or be a substitute for God. Let us also bear in mind that Jesus is not against the rich, for Scripture tells us that even some of his friends were rich. However, he is against the blindness to the reality around us because of our riches. For this reason, the rich man in today's gospel was not condemned for being rich, but he was condemned for not showing charity to the poor man Lazarus. He thus missed heaven for what he failed to do. He missed heaven for the sin of omission. It was the sin of omission that prevented him from entering heaven. The sin of the rich man is not his accumulated wealth, but his own concern for the poor and the suffering. My dear friend, it is equally important to note also that our friend Lazarus went to heaven not just for being poor, but for putting his trust in God. For there was no jealousy or envy in him. We therefore miss heaven when we fail to show concern by taking into account the needs of the person next to us. As you go through another week, be conscious of the sin of omission and try as much as possible to pay attention to the needs of the people around you. Till I come your way again, have a wonderful week and God bless you.